Welcome back to the Grown Up Millennial. If you went to a high school like mine, community college was rarely, if ever, discussed. Or you might have gone to a high school where community college was the only college option discussed. Either way, you want to know the pros and cons of attending a community college, so that's what this video is about. We're going to have a real discussion. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that I attended a community college. I'm even repping my community college t-shirt for this video. So it's going to be a little bit biased. I personally support community colleges, but they are not for everybody. Just like going to straight to a four-year college or college at all is not for everybody. So I'm going to try really hard to have a really honest discussion about the pros and cons about attending a community college. So let's get started. The obvious. Affordability. When we talk about community college, it's often to talk about how much cheaper community college is than attending a four-year. We're constantly hearing about how much debt college graduates are going into. Last statistics I heard was between $27,000 and $35,000 on average by graduation. For some people, that's an insane amount to take on. For other people, it's simply impossible. They cannot pay for a four-year college straight out of the gate. So community college is a great option. Normally, it's a lot cheaper, couple $100 a course, and oftentimes community college students can still receive financial aid in the form of Pell Grants and work study, and of course student loans. So that's the really obvious reason to go to community college. You can avoid debt, you can maybe even pay out of pocket, it's cheaper, and there's still financial aid available. But there are other not so obvious reasons to attend a community college. The not so obvious: opportunity. Community college means different things for different people. For some people, like myself, it means completing 2 years and then transferring to a four-year university. For others, it's where it ends. They get their associates and then they move on. For others still, it's a job training program, maybe a class or two that they're taking to try things out, or they're trying to learn English or another language. Whatever it is, there are thousands of reasons people are going to community college, but it all boils down to opportunity. Oftentimes we think of it as a last resort, but for many people it's a first resort, and it's a place of opportunity. And don't ever forget that, whether you choose to go to community college or not. In that vein, the fact that so many people are at community colleges for so many different reasons goes on to our next reason to go to community college: diversity. When we think of diversity, we often think of ethnic and racial diversity, which is important and a big reason to go to community college. Roughly half of students of color attend a community college, but I'm not talking about just racial and ethnic diversity. I'm also talking about diversity of experience. Oftentimes when you go to a four-year straight out of high school, you have similar experiences. You went to high school, you did pretty well, you applied, you got into your four-year. That doesn't describe everybody, of course, but it's going to be a much more common theme. When I think of diversity at community college, what I'm really thinking about is the diversity of experience. For example, I attended community college with people who had served in the military and were there for their GI Bill. I attended community college with single moms and dads, teen mothers who wanted to create better lives for their children. I attended community college with people who'd been in prison and were trying to start a different track. I attended community college with rich kids who have been cut off, poor kids who never thought they would go to college, and middle-class kids who had just been edged out with financial aid and needed to pay for things on their own, so they were doing stuff on the budget. I also attended community college with people who were straight out of high school like myself, and with 60, 70, 80-year-olds, people who had retired already and just wanted to go back and do something. I attended school with people who had been working for 20, 25 years in the same career, and then they lost their job and they were going back to college to get a different education so they could get a different job. So that was a big thing for me at community college that I really didn't expect when I attended. Another reason to attend community college: small classes and passionate teachers. Many four-year universities have tons of students going, but not many professors. Additionally, many universities are doing research. So when you're a freshman at a four-year university, you can expect to be in classes of 200-300 students with a professor who only teaches part-time, and they do research the rest of the time. At 4 years, you're going to find a lot of really great professors, but you're also going to find a lot of really bad professors who aren't interested in teaching. They're just there to do research, but their contract requires that they teach a couple classes a year. Community colleges are different. They don't do research. Their professors are there to teach. Does that mean you're not going to have bad professors? Of course not. Every college is going to have a couple bad professors. But Nearly every professor there loves teaching, or else why would they be there? Additionally, most of the classes are going to be really small, even for your gen ed class, 20, 30, maybe 40 students a class. So you're much more likely to get individual attention with your professor, really meet the students in your class, and for many people, that's incredibly helpful. For others, not so much. But if you're looking for small class sizes and can't afford a small liberal arts colleges, which can often run $50,000 a year, community college is a really great option, and it's a really great way to meet professors in the field you want to work in. And finally, one of the upsides of attending a community college is that it's for the clueless and the elite. Unfortunately, when we think of community college, we often think of it as a place for people who didn't do well in their previous education or high school, but that's just simply not the case. You're going to find people who were honor students, you're going to find people who really struggled in high school. And that's what's so great about community college, is that there's a little bit of something for everybody. I went as a very high-powered student from high school. I had been accepted to all the 4 years that I had applied to, but I just couldn't afford them. And I was worried community college wasn't going to have the high-powered academics that I wanted. Well, as it turned out, there was an honors program that I was a part of. I got to do mission trips to Nicaragua. I competed in the Model United Nations team and went to Harvard to compete. I competed with the speech and debate team and went to nationals and got a medal. There are plenty of opportunities at community college for those who consider themselves top-tier students. On the flip side, if you're kind of confused or don't really know what you want to do, community college is great for you. Because it's so affordable, you're going to find a lot more flexibility to explore the path you want to explore. Almost everyone changes their major at least once in college. A lot of people change their mind because they didn't realize when they picked a major, they don't really necessarily know what that major is like. And when they take the classes, they realize, oh, this isn't for me. When you're going to a 4-year university that costs a ton of money, you feel a lot of pressure to stay in your major, even if it's something you don't like and something you don't want to do. Whereas at community college, yeah, it'll set you back a year or two, but it's so much more affordable and you feel much more confident in the decisions when you change your major and can pursue what you want to do. Community college is a great option if you know exactly what you want to do, or you're a high-powered student, or you have no idea and you really aren't sure if college is for you. Either student can find exactly what they need at community college because they're so flexible and they offer the resources that people often really need. Like I said, this is a real discussion, so while I've talked about the upsides, now it's time to talk about the downsides. And this is probably the biggest one: underfunded and underserved. According to the College Board, 42% of the undergraduate population in 2014 was attending a community college. Community college is huge in the United States. Unfortunately, the money is not. While 42% students were in community college, only 33% of Pell Grants go to community college students. State budgets for education are often skewed against community colleges. The 4 years just get more money than the community colleges do because the 4 years are doing research, they've got massive sports teams. Also, community colleges just don't pull in nearly as many donations as 4-year universities do. Community colleges are kind of struggling for money, and unfortunately that means they're struggling to offer some services. At many 4-year universities, when you start as a freshman, you're going to get an orientation, you'll get an RA, you're going to get all these people who are ready, paid to help you through your first year. Unfortunately, community colleges can't offer that. And that's a big problem for a lot of students, particularly first-generation students, who need a little bit more guidance and help. And if you still want to attend a community college, seek out other students at that community college to help guide you through the process, because unfortunately the school can't offer it themselves. And finally, stigma. But who cares? If you watch television, you've probably heard some disparaging things about community college. My personal favorites are the show Community, which, while hilarious, does not show community colleges as like a real place where people go for an academic education, or Big Bang Theory, where the guys make fun of Penny for attending community college. We hear that community colleges are for dropouts or people who didn't do as well in high school, or for people who are just subpar, and that's just not true. But unfortunately, that's the stigma. Let me give you a quick story. I was a tour guide at my 4-year college, and part of our duties was to talk to prospective students who came and visited us. I was talking to one mother, and I told her that I attended a community college first. And the first thing she said to me was, "Oh, how did you deal with not getting into any schools you applied to?" So I told her very respectfully, I got into all 10 schools that I applied to after college. I just couldn't afford them. So I opted for community college, and now I'm on the way to graduating debt-free. On the bright side, that stigma is going down. Partly because nearly half of college students in the US are attending a community college. And because the debt is so high, people are starting to look at community college as an option that isn't just for people who couldn't cut it. But that's just something you deal with. You're gonna hear comments like that from people who just don't understand. Personally, my method was to just look at my bank account and realize that I was graduating debt-free and chuckle to myself and move on. That doesn't have to be your method, but it was mine. The fact of the matter is, we spend a lot of time obsessing about what college we're going to go to, which one's going to get us the most money or the most prestige or into the best grad school, what have you. I used to be one of those students who obsessed about it. But as I went through community college, I realized an important truth. The school does not make the student makes the school. You can attend Harvard. Harvard's great. But if you don't take advantage of the services, do internships, learn something, it doesn't matter that you went to Harvard. The student makes the school. So more important than the name on your diploma is what you did while you were earning that diploma. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any more questions about community college or my decision to go, please let me know in the comments below. Additionally, I'm going to plug it again. I am on Facebook. You can search The Grown Up Millennial. I'm also on Twitter at grownupmillen. Follow me and I'll be posting little websites and tips that I come across in my internet journey. Also, please hit the subscribe button below if you are interested in more that I have to say. And of course, like, share with your friends, whatever it is that you like to do on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.